And good evening. We are here at Bloodbath by Screamworks we're in London. We're in the East End of London. We came to the meeting point, and very soon I think we're going to be abducted and taken in to the home of a serial killer. Quite appropriate. The police sirens are going off outside, so we're going to go in a little while, and we're going to let you know what this is like. So as I say, we are at Bloodworks in London. Bloodbath by Screamworks in London. So we will see you soon. And that's it. That's us out of Bloodbath by Screamworks. That's here in Bethnal Green in London. That was really something quite different. We really didn't quite know what to expect. I think we were probably expecting the worst, expecting something a little bit more extreme and rough around the edges. But yeah, very polished show. So when we arrived at the rendezvous point, we had to basically sign a waivers, read the conditions, agree to the consent of being touched, and all those usual things. Then everything was taken off of us. Our phones, our wallets, our keys, any personal belongings that we had were removed from us. And it's quite weird to be stood in a street here in Bethnal Green and just have everything taken off of you. We then went into the show itself. We were hooded. People in the local garage must have wondered what the earth was going on, but we were hooded and taken into the first of about 10 different rooms. Really don't want to spoil it. It was a real mix of immersive horror story, some theatre elements, definitely some scare elements in there. If you don't like eating stuff or drinking stuff, you might feel a bit uncomfortable, but you can say at the start if you're allergic to something and you don't want to eat anything. As it was, the pasta actually was really delicious, and they had a good choice of wine as well, so we enjoyed a sip of the wine. Mix of theatrical storytelling, some real genuine jump scares in there, some unusual things you wouldn't expect in a scare attraction. There's a ladder to climb, there's lots of crawling at one point. And it's the story of basically a serial killer and his brother. We maybe got out slightly better because we were told it was Abel's birthday, so we bought him a cake. So we actually turned up with a little muffin, which he demolished in front of us, ate the paper and everything as well. But yeah, Abel was the more terrifying physical character of the two. Then by the time you actually get to meet Jack himself, that's a much more darker psychological horror. Lots of questions about voyeurism, lots of intense scenes of nudity, violence, torture, gore, definitely playing on voyeurism, playing on sadism, and whether we have a sadistic streak ourselves, without giving much away. At one point we are completely culpable in the torture of a semi-naked woman, which feels uncomfortable but fun at the same time. Loads of different elements in there. The theming was great, the story was good, the acting was really good fun. I'm wearing a Tully's Shottoberfest hoodie, and when I was maybe some of my clothes were being removed, I'm not saying I was being stripped, but it certainly was quite close and up front. The character playing Jack, the main serial killer, saw my Tully's hoodie and said, "Oh, say hello to Stuart for me." Completely in character, and obviously Stuart Beer is the owner of Tully's. It was just a nice little touch. But yeah, we absolutely really loved it. There's a lot to process. There's a lot in there. You're in there for a good hour. There's a whole story going on, but yeah, we really enjoyed it. So we're going to sign off. It's going to take a while for us to write this up and really process what we've seen. But yeah, it's called Bloodbath by... Oh, I've got the name of the company that do it now. But yeah, Bloodbath by in Bethnal Green in London. It must end in March. So yeah, something different. Do come down and give it a go. So with that, we're going to sign off, because we've got to now race across to the other side of London for another event.